Good morning and welcome. I knew as soon as I sat down someone else would come into the waiting room. There we go. Check. Yeah, okay. You alright, Kate? Give us a thumbs up if you're okay. Awesome. Okay, let's make a start. So, we've finished our tour of the elements, and this week I thought I would just share the meaning of the word yoga, because I'm filled with joy and gratitude this week. I love my students so much. I love you guys and I love what I do, and I'm so grateful that we've had a whole nother year together practicing and sharing practice. And there's something about that sangha, that coming together to share the practice, that is so magical. And that is yoga, union. To yoke together, to join together, is to bring together, is one interpretation of the word yoga. And I think that we embody that when we come together to share practice. So I wanted to say thank you and share that as my thought for today. So with that in mind, let's come to a comfortable seat, and remember as we do so that we're doing this practice together, that we're not in the same physical room, but we're in the same energetic space when we do this practice together. So you're tuning into your physical body as a unique expression of the universe, but in doing so, you are connected with the other people who are doing the same practice. So either soften the gaze or close the eyes and gently turn the awareness inward. Feel into the physical body that you have been gifted. Give a moment of gratitude for it and feel all of its eccentricities, how it's arranged in space, its unique position and location, its temperature, its tensions and its comforts, the energy within it, the prana that animates it, and the breath, which is the vehicle for that prana. So just watching the breath coming and going, and again giving a moment of thanks that you woke up this morning and you were breathing. You get another day to breathe in and out. Watching the breath as it comes and goes, each breath unique, different from the last and from the next. And you have a mind, and it thinks and it dreams, and it worries and it cares, it imagines. Just shifting out of that active driving space of the mind and into the witness consciousness. Be grateful for the miracle of thought and emotion experience. And then we'll set an intention. So maybe going into this holiday period where you're going to see friends, family, people, you're going to share experiences. Who do you choose to share? Who do you choose to be in those interactions? What is the quality that you would like to embody more of? My current affirmation that I'm working with, my current sankalpa, is I am infinite, humble love. Whatever your words are, just silently stating them to yourself a few times now, setting that intention, cultivating the experience of being that person, breathing it in. And then let it go, and then plug yourself back into the present moment. Feel yourself held by Mother Earth and embraced by Father Sky, the community around you, the people around you. Feel loved. Feel loved. And from that space, we begin practice today. So if eyes are closed, we'll blink them open. And today I thought we would chant 3 Oms. And we would do 12 humming breaths. And I know we did humming breath a few weeks ago, but as we know, it helps us to manage stress. And going into this busy period, I know we can all use a little bit more ability to recover from stress more effectively. And it's also good for respiratory health. And it's that time of year, isn't it, where again, it's really helpful to know that we can do something to support our respiratory health when we've got coughs and colds and sneezes and stuff. But we'll chant 3 Oms to start with. If you've got other people in the house that might think you're a little bit strange doing that, I will let you make a decision. You make a call on whether you're comfortable doing it or not and what volume you want to do it at, but the invitation is there. So we'll do one quiet breath all the way in through the nose and out through the mouth, and then we'll breathe in and we'll chant Om, and we'll do that 3 times. Okay, breathing in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth, breathing in for Om. Last one. Just notice the resonance of the practice. Let it echo. And then we'll do a little bit of movement before we do our breathing practice, just to wake us up a little bit. So just 2 or 3 nice big shoulder circles. And then sitting really tall, we'll turn to the left, look over the left shoulder and gently twist, not, we're certainly comfortable, but then breathe into it so you can stretch into that twist with the breath. Gently back past centre, sit tall, turn the other way and breathe. Back to centre, chin to chest, round your back, a little stretch for the back of the body, breathe, more space into the back. And then sit tall, press the shoulders back, the chest forward, breathe into the front of the body. Back to neutral. Okay, so we're just going to do 1 round of 12 humming breaths, and we'll take 1 quiet breath all the way in through the nose, all the way out through the nose this time, remembering that we have the lips together, teeth slightly apart, and we're breathing in and out through the nose. We hum on the exhale, and yeah, I invite you to make some sound. Try not to breathe out. We don't make the hum all the way to the end of the exhale, otherwise you kind of peter out, so you want to stop just before you run out of breath. So we take 1 quiet breath all the way in, breathe out through the nose, and then breathe in to begin. Last one. Again, drop into stillness. Just allow the practice to reverberate and echo for a little while. And we'll take the left hand out to the left and reach for the ceiling with the right fingertips. Stretch up and tip over. Feel long from hip to fingertips. Pause there for a breath or 2. Make sure the neck's comfy. Slowly coming upright, reach up for the ceiling and tip over. Be comfortable in the neck, supported with the bottom arm. Long from hip to fingertips. Bring that hand back down again, and then we're going to take the right hand to the floor behind you, back of the left hand over the right knee. Sit tall and gently twist. Float back past centre, sit tall and twist. Back to centre, hands to the floor in front of you. So if you're cross-legged, the hands will be in front of the legs. If you've got legs out in front, they'll be between the legs or either side of the legs. And then we're going to walk the hands forward and come as far forward as is comfy. So that might be arms straight supporting you, or maybe the elbows reach the floor, whatever is, wherever your edge is. But you want to feel a gentle spaciousness in the lower back. Maybe a little bit of a stretch through the glutes, the buttocks. Maybe gently allowing the chin to fall towards the chest and taking a breath or two there. And then slowly bringing the hands back underneath you, walking yourself up. Interlace your fingers behind your back, draw your knuckles down towards the floor, and then press your shoulders back, lift your hands away from your bum. Lift your chin a little bit, don't drop the head all the way back, just a slight sticking forwards and up of the chin to stretch the front of the throat from the sternum all the way down the front of the body, and breathe. Slowly release. Little shoulder circle, and then if you're sitting cross-legged, we're going to change the cross of the legs, so whichever one is on top or in front, we'll change it. And then we'll take the right hand to the right, left fingertips for the ceiling, stretch up, tip over, length all the way down that side. Oh, big, beautiful stretch. Slowly swapping sides, stretching up before you tip. Oh, big stretch. Oh. And then sweep that top hand down and let it find the floor behind you. Use the arm to straighten your back and turn to look over that shoulder. Gently twisting, gently breathing. Float back past centre, other hand finds the floor behind you. Straight arm straightens your back. We twist, we breathe. Slowly back past centre, walk the hands forward. Again, finding your edge, wherever that comfortable edge is. Maybe it's elbows to the floor, maybe it's not. Directing the breath into the middle and the lower back to create more space, maybe between the shoulder blades. Maybe gently letting the chin fall towards the chest for a last breath or two. Slowly walking yourself back up. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, but whichever index finger was nearest you, make it the other one. So we clasp the other way, feels a bit weird. Draw the knuckles down, draw them away, lift the chin, breathe. And slowly release. Little shoulder circle, little handshake. And then we're going to come over onto all fours. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And we'll start by lifting the right knee up, and we'll show the sole of the foot to the ceiling. So lifting the right knee up towards hip height. We're just going to activate the glutes. So you don't want to be arching through the back. As soon as we lift the knee to towards hip height, the temptation is to let the pelvis tilt and the back arch. So try to keep the back strong and that subtle lift so that it's straight. And then we're just going to lift and lower that heel. Just a little pulse. Quickly, it begins to build warmth in the glutes, the back of that hip. So we're just taking this opportunity to warm up the big muscles. This is a brilliant exercise for isolating glute complex, glute max. Should we do a few more? Oh. And then we're going to draw that knee towards our nose. Breathe out, knee to nose. Breathe in, show the sole of the foot to the ceiling. Breathing out. So we're still making sure that we're not dumping through the spine. When we lift the foot, we're not overarching the back. The back still feels strong and straight. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. One more time. And then bring that knee down. We're going to lift. So show the sole of the left foot to the ceiling, left knee towards hip height. Do that thing to stabilise the shoulders and the hips and straighten the spine. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Feel that fire starting. Back of the thigh, back of the buttock. Big muscles, small movement, isolating big muscles. A few more? Got a few more in us? Come on, we can do it. And then we're going to slowly bring knee towards nose, crunch underneath. Inhale, lift the foot, exhale, crunch. Two more. Last one. And then drop that knee down. We'll do one more thing on all fours. We're going to take the right knee up and out to the right. And we're going to lift and lower there. So now, these are not very nice, are they? So if there's any pain in your wrist, you can always come to a hammer grip. Change the, so knuckles are on the floor if that's better for you, if the wrists are getting tired. Ooh. So we're just lifting and lowering, 90-degree bend in the knee, and we're trying to get the knee towards hip height. And again, now we're feeling it isolating in the outside of the hip, IT band, the piriformis, and then lower and lift. So breathing in, we lift up and out. Breathing out, we bring the knee back down, just brushing the floor. Stabilising through the shoulders, the core, all the obliques, the abdominals are working here. Two more. Knee back down. Yikes. We're going to do the other side, I'm sorry. Left knee up and out to the left, fire hydrant pose they call this one. And we're just going to lift and lower towards the top end of the range of motion. So you're really lifting it as high as it will go. And we just lift and lower 2 or 3 inches. Oh my goodness. Feeling it in the outside of the right hip, even though it's the left knee that's lifting. Stabilising through that group of muscles. You do a few more, just a few more, just a few more, just a few more. Lower and lift. Left knee down and up. Exhaling to come down. Inhaling to lift. One more time. And lower down. And then slowly bottom back towards heels. Child's pose, fold over your knees. Take a few breaths there. Feeling the glutes getting a nice gentle stretch. And a couple more big slow mindful breaths there. Then we're going to come back up onto all fours. And we're going to step the right foot through in between the hands. So help it forwards if you need to. You want to make sure that the right knee is above the right ankle. So we're not here with the knee shooting forwards over the toes. We're not here. We've got a nice perpendicular to the floor. And then if you want to deepen the stretch, you can just caterpillar the left knee back a little bit. So you want to feel this in the front of the left hip and also a little bit around the right hip. So we've got one leg in maximum extension, one in maximum flexion, and you might take a little bit of a rock left to right, or maybe you're in stillness here. Shouldn't be painful. If it is, back off. Grab a cushion to go under the left knee if you need it, or a folded up blanket. And then take the awareness to the breath. Extend the exhale, and as you exhale, see if you can surrender a little bit deeper into this stretch. keep the front heel where it is and the back knee where it is. And we're just going to slide the hips backwards so the front leg becomes straighter, but we're not sitting our bottom down onto the back heel. Bottom stays high, but we bring the stretch into the back of the right leg. So gently stretching from right heel to right hip. And if the floor feels like it's a long way away, you can always bring in props. If you've got blocks, you could bring in a block to support you a little bit higher up. And we're thinking about heart towards big toe. You can think about drawing big toe back up towards you a little bit, lengthening the spine a little bit, and again lengthening the breath. Then we're going to float between those two poses. So we come back into the forward lunge, and we breathe out as we shift the hips backwards into the runner's lunge. Breathing in, coming forwards, and breathing out, gently pressing the hips back. So we know these big muscles can hold emotional stress, particularly. So just thinking about what we want to let go of in this space. Nice long exhales as we move the hips backwards, just letting go. Physically, mentally, emotionally, put some stuff down. One more time. And coming forwards, we're going to step that front foot back, come back to all fours, and then take the hands a little bit wider on the mat, and we're going to circle the hips around above the knees. So you might bring the knees together, circle the hips around. So you're drawing a circle with your bum above your knees, going maybe clockwise, and then changing direction and going anti-clockwise, or whichever direction you were going first, change direction. One more circle. Then we're going to step the left foot forward. In between the hands, help it forwards if you need to. Knee is above ankle when we're in the lunge. And then just that gentle repositioning of the back knee to get right to your edge, your comfortable edge, the edge of comfort for you. Maybe you're rocking left to right. Maybe you're lengthening the breath just to consciously let go of tension around the hips and the pelvis. Checking in with the face, softening the jaw and the eyes as well, relaxing the shoulders. Just being with as little effort as you can. And then we're going to begin to move the weight backwards, so the front heel stays on the floor, the front toes lift. We press the hips back and we stretch down the back of the left leg from heel to hip. We breathe. Heart towards big toes, spine lengthens. 2 more breaths. And then we're going to move between the two poses, so coming back into our forwards lunge. Exhale as we press back into that runner's lunge. Inhaling forwards. Exhaling back. Two more times. And then coming forwards, pausing, stepping that front foot back and sliding bottom back towards heels again, child's pose. This time, settle yourself down, reach the right arm up above your head and take the left arm and thread it underneath the right armpit. Bring your left ear down towards the mat. If the mat feels too far away, you can grab a cushion or a block for your head. And with that right arm, hand on the floor above your head, you might creep that hand over to the left. So you're trying to get as much of the back of the left shoulder on the floor as possible, and then sliding the right hand over to the right. sorry, right hand over to the left, so that you're twisting a little bit more gently and breathing. One more mindful breath. Slide the right hand back over to the right, unthread the left hand, reach the left hand long along the mat, thread the right arm under the left armpit, right ear comes down onto the floor or onto props, the left hand creeps over to the right, gently twisting and stretching, gently breathing. Slow breaths. And then one more big breath there. Gently unthreading, coming back to child's pose. And then we'll come up to all fours. And you can either take some cat-cows or you can take downward dog for a few breaths. So the choice is yours. Are you feeling cat-cowy today or are you feeling down doggy today? Wherever we start from all fours, and we'll either tuck the tail round the back, look towards the tummy, breathe in, look forward, lift the tail, or we tuck the toes, press the hips up and back, and take a few breaths in downward dog. So you might be bending one knee and then the other, gently stretching out calf and Achilles behind the knee, then stretching the other leg. Pressing chest towards thighs, pressing floor away with the palms. You want to be in an upside down V shape. You don't want your hands too far from your feet and you don't want your hands too close to your feet. So tinkering with it to get the right distance. And maybe hold for a couple more mindful breaths, whether we're cat-cowing or down dogging. And then we're very slowly walking the feet in and walking the hands up, bringing ourselves slowly up to stand. I've still got a bit of vertigo, still a little bit like, whoa, bit dizzy. So let's ground into the feet, heels under hips, feet press into the earth, reach up with the top of the head, shine the palms forward. So in the shining of the palms forward, we rotate the thumbs out so we come into medial plane, and that just rotates the shoulders down and back slightly. And you might fix your gaze to a point on the floor just in front of you, or you might close your eyes. You might stand still, or you might move your weight around a little bit, have a little play with gravity and the relationship to the earth. And if you're moving your weight around, then you might find that spot where you can stand effortlessly. The crown of the head reaches up. We breathe slowly. Just taking a couple more breaths there. And then we're going to do Egyptian Sun Salutation. I've done it this time already, but I just love it so much. It's such a beautiful thing to do, and it feels right at this time of year. Be in touch with all the elements. So we're going to turn the toes out slightly and take the heels just outside of the hips. We're going to soften the knees a little bit. Feels like a beautiful festive practice, this one. So we're going to bring hands into prayer. We're going to let a flower bloom above our heads. We take the hands up and we just take them wide. And then we gather up the love from that flower and we bring it in for us. And once we've brought it in for us, then we share it with the world. We're going to soften the knees, we're going to fold forwards, we're going to salute to water. So with really soft hands, imagine you're lifting up water. We lift it all the way up above our heads and we bring palms together above our heads. We salute to air, we tip over to the left, back up to centre, we salute to air, to the right, back up to centre, and then we engage our tummy muscles. If the back's feeling strong today, you might take a little back bend. So sliding the gaze up the wall opposite you, across the ceiling. Little back bend, coming back up to stand, and then we take Kali Mudra, so it's pointy fingers mudra, the thumbs cross and all the fingers interlace, but just the index fingers stay straight. We're going to pivot to the left, and we're going to salute the earth. So you might just bring the arms down, or maybe you bend the knees and the fingertips touch the floor entirely, up to you how far you bend. We breathe in, we come all the way up, we pivot 180 degrees, we salute the earth on this side. Exhale, inhale. Back to centre, separate the hands, fold forwards, dive into the mud and find a flower. Let it bloom, bring it all the way up above your head. Gather up the love from it, bring it in for you and share it with the world. We're going to do it 3 more times. So we're going to fold forwards, salute to water, lift it all the way up above our heads. We're going to salute to air, tipping to the left and tipping to the right, and then salute to fire, little back bend, pointy fingers, pivot left, exhale, inhale, pivot right, exhale, inhale. Separate the hands, dive into the mud, find your flower, let it bloom, breathing in, breathing out. Share it with the world. 2 more times. Salute to water, scooping it up, bringing it up above our heads, palms together. We tip to the right, we tip to the left. Salute to fire, little back bend, pointy fingers, pivot to the right, exhale, inhale, pivot to the left, exhale. Inhale. Separate the hands, dive into the mud, find your flower, let it bloom. Feel the love and share it. 1 last time, salute to water, breathing in. We're going to tip to the left and tip to the right. We're going to salute to fire, little back bend. Pointy fingers, salute the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Separate the hands, dive into the mud, find your flower, let it bloom. Bring in that love for you and for everyone. I love that so much. Okay. Now we're going to do tree pose. Before we do that, we're going to do some gate openers. We've already activated the hips. They should be feeling woken up nicely already. We're going to ground down into both feet, and then we're going to imagine roots going down, especially down through the right foot. We're going to peel the left foot up, and we're going to take it across the body, and we're going to open the gate. So we touch the foot fully down on the first few, and those circles are quite small. We're keeping hips and shoulders square to the front, so it's just that knee that's moving, and then gradually making those circles bigger. And then on the last few, how big can you make them? And can you do it without touching the foot down? And then placing that foot down, we are going to turn that knee out to the side. So we're keeping grounded through the right foot and deciding where the left foot is going to go. It might be heel on top of the right foot, it might be the sole to the side, it might be coming up a little bit higher. The standing leg doesn't need to be locked straight, it might have a little micro bend in it, but whatever you're doing, it's engaged. So we're feeling active all the way from those roots at the sole of the foot that go down into the earth, active all the way up that leg, all the way up through the central channel. You might bring hands into prayer. You might reach hands up and bring them into prayer above your head. So it'll be Christmas trees today. So you might bring palms together above your head, really grounding, rooted. Taking a couple of breaths there, imagine yourself like a nice twinkly Christmas tree. One more breath. And then float the hands down, release the foot, shake out the standing leg, give it a good shake. And then we're going to bring weight into the left foot, roots go down from the sole of the left foot, and we're going to open the gate. So small circles touching the foot fully down on the first few. And then can you make them bigger? And then can you do them without touching down, and how big can you make them? One more. And then rooting into the left foot, we turn the right knee out to the right and decide where the right foot is going to go. Where do we want it? Find it a position. Begin to find your balance. Imagine those roots going down into the earth, The energy travelling all the way up that leg. Doesn't need to be locked straight, but it does need to be working through the pelvis, the hips and the shoulders square to the front. And then do you want hands in prayer? Or do you want to bring them palms together above your head, or maybe you want them out wide for balance? Fix your gaze to a point a couple of meters in front of you on the floor, if that helps. Or maybe try a really slow blink or two, or closing the eyes for a mega challenge. Long breath. One more breath. Slowly releasing the hands, slowly releasing the foot. Give that foot a shake out. Give both feet a shake out. Give the hands a shake out. Give everything a shake out. Hips, shoulders, shimmy, shimmy, shaky, shaky. Shake them up, shake them down, shake your feet, shake a leg. Maybe a bit of jazz hands. And some shoulder circles, maybe some arm circles, maybe some swinging. Oh. Swingy swings. Long breaths. Make your swings a bit less swingy, bit less swingy, bit less swingy. And just coming to stand. Feet are pressing the earth. Top of the head reaches up. Breathing slowly. Calling ourselves back into full presence. Not being lost in the movement, but being absorbed in the experience of the present moment. We're going to do one more standing pose. We're going to do a wide leg forward fold. I know you know the drill, but if you've got previous heart attacks, strokes, detached retina, glaucoma or unmanaged blood pressure considerations, then don't have your head below your heart for more than maybe 3 or 4 slow breaths. You can always come in and out of the pose with the breath or come to a halfway flat back. So we'll all start there. Knees don't need to be locked. They might have that little micro bend in, but the legs are engaged. Hands slide down just above the knees. And we stop at that halfway, so head and heart and bottom are all in a straight line. The spine is nice and straight. We're sending the sitting bones back. You can stop here if that's right for you. Maybe that's plenty. Maybe that's where you want to stop. Maybe you want to slide the hands all the way down. Maybe the hands find the feet or the floor. Maybe the head hangs. Maybe we nod the head a little bit or turn it side to side to release the neck. Maybe it's circling round. Can you surrender more? If you're supporting yourself on your arms, can you stop that? Can you tuck one hand inside each elbow so that the arms are self-supporting? Maybe you want to be in stillness, or maybe there's a little sway from left to right. Breathing, surrendering into the posture. Again, you might want to stay in stillness, or maybe you want to walk the hands over to one foot and feel a bigger stretch down the other side for a breath or two. And then the other foot for a breath or two. Coming back to centre, pressing down into the feet, coming slowly all the way up. And then we're going to come down onto our mats. We're going to do deck chair pose, we haven't done for a while. You can use a bolster for this one if you've got particularly elbows or shoulder pain or problems. Legs might be straight, they might have a little bend in, you might put a cushion or a rolled up blanket under your knees, whatever you need to support you. We're going to bring the hands to the floor behind us, maybe 6-10 inches, something like that behind you, 30 centimetres. And fingertips are going to point in the angle that's dictated by your shoulders, roughly out to the sides, but maybe slightly back behind you, maybe slightly forward. And then we're going to press into the floor, and in pressing the palms into the floor, we're going to elevate the chest. The chin is slightly tucked, but the neck is comfortable. That's really important. So we're just pressing the floor away with the palms, And it's a nice but fairly deep stretch across the front of the chest, front of the shoulders. And we're going to hold for, let's give it 8 slow breaths. Don't let me hurry you. If you've already finished your 8 slow breaths, tuck the chin even more. Bend the elbows, walk the hands in, bring yourself up. And then let's just take seated forward fold. Again, legs don't have to be straight, they might have a little bend in. We'll sit up tall with a nice straight back, and then use that straight back to tilt the pelvis forward and then round the back, just gently and slowly, folding over the legs. Lengthening the breath. Let go of expectations about what it looks like or where you come to, and turn the hands palm up, whether they're resting on the floor or on the legs. We want no effort. No effort. Just surrendering here. Letting go. So first the awareness goes to the back of the body, probably, maybe behind the knees, maybe in the lower back. If there's any pain, adjust it until there isn't, particularly pain around the sitting bones. But if it's comfortable enough to hold, then we surrender into the pose, and then we begin to call the awareness to the other areas that we hold tension. So the posture is teasing out tension down the whole back line of the body. But bring your awareness also to the eyes and the jaw. And just let everything surrender, softening the face, softening the shoulders, using the breath, just the soft natural breath, but noticing how each exhale facilitates a little bit more letting go. Maybe 3 more mindful breaths here. Again, don't let me hurry you when you finish that third exhale. Bring the hands to the floor, walk yourself slowly back to sit upright, and we begin to get ourselves comfy for relaxation. So, socks on, jumpers on, blankets on, cushions, pillows. I'm going to make a suggestion. Grab a blanket and fold it and tuck it under your head. Make a nest so that you've really tucked it firmly underneath the back of your neck. Better than a cushion or a pillow often. So it hugs your head. That's what you want, to cuddle your head. Get settled. Tomorrow is the solstice. Tomorrow is the longest night, the shortest day. This time of year invites a going to ground, and how beautiful that we get to come together and share in restful practices. Isn't that magical? Feels something so earthly and human about it. We come together to hibernate. So tuck yourself in like a little baby hedgehog in a nest. And just think, so tomorrow night when you go to bed, when you wake up the next day, the sun begins to return. There's something magical about going to bed tomorrow night, the longest night. So tuck yourself in now. Get really supremely comfortable. If particularly at the moment, if you can cover your eyes, darkness. We need darkness, we need it. It's part of our cyclical way of being. Cover the eyes, rest in darkness, and we'll take 3 big breaths, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, slowly. 2 more like that, really slowly. With the 3rd one, when you reach the top of the in-breath, pause, sip in some more. Audible sigh as you surrender the weight of the body to the floor. Breathe all the way out, all the way out, all the way out. And then let the breath do its own thing. Call to mind the intention that you set. How you're choosing to show up. The quality that you wish to embody. Lie with that for a few moments. And then let it go. Let it go, let it go. And bring your awareness to the sounds that you can hear furthest away. And not the labels or the pictures or the stories of the sounds, but the purest experience of hearing that distant rumble or whatever sound it is. Just rest in it for a moment or two. Gather the awareness into the building that you're in, the sounds that you can hear a little bit nearer within the building. And then nearer still, tuning into the sounds in the room that you're in. And the sounds of your own body and breath. Welcome all the sounds to be just as they are. Welcome all of you to be just as you are. Nowhere else you need to be but here, nothing else you need to do but relax. Today, with the body scan, we place a little twinkly star in each body part. And that twinkly star represents our curious and compassionate awareness. And in its wake, it leaves ease and relaxation, starting with a little crown of stars for the top of the head. And a little twinkly star for the right temple and the left temple. Stars for the eyebrows, a bright little star for the eyebrow centre, stars for the eyelids, star for the tip of the nose, stars for the right cheek, the right ear, shell of the ear and behind the ear, stars for the left cheek, and inside the left ear and behind the left ear. Stars along the top lip and the bottom lip. Stars inside the mouth, roof of the mouth, floor of the mouth, inside the right cheek, inside the left cheek. A little star for each tooth. Stars along the jawline from the chin to the jaw. Whole face and head. illuminated like a little constellation. A bright little star for the centre of the throat. Stars along the right collarbone and the left collarbone. A star for the space between the two collarbones. Stars down the right arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, back of the right hand, palm of the right hand. The star for the thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, little finger, tips of the fingers all have a little star. Star for the left shoulder, elbow, wrist, back of the left hand, palm of the left hand. Stars for the thumb, first finger, middle finger, third finger, little finger, a little star at the tip of each finger. A star at the heart. One for the right shoulder blade, one for the left shoulder blade. A star for the belly button. Stars across the pelvis to the right hip. A star for the right knee, the right ankle, all through the foot, through the toes. A star for the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Star for the left hip, left knee, left ankle, left foot, from the heel to the toes. A star for the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Whole body like a beautiful constellation in the night sky. Whole body completely relaxed. Make the next breath a little bit bigger. Before you need to move, I will read some words. You may think yourself lazy or flawed, yet your body is made of almost exactly the same elements as the stars. Your bone composition matches the coral in the seas, and you, my friend, are ruled by the moon and the sun, whether you like it or not. So no, you are not lazy. Nature is simply pulling you to slow, like the life, floral and fauna around you. It is not your moment to rise. It is winter. You are wintering, and you are right on time. Wintering by Donna Ashworth. Now the deepening breath brings a little movement into fingers and toes. Maybe it takes your arms over your head for a great big stretch. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe your knees want a hug. Maybe it's a quiet rolling onto one side. Whatever you do, cultivate some gratitude that you have had time to practice today, that we've been able to come together and share that practice, and that we have the wisdom of yoga to guide us. And then when you're ready, coming up to sit. And then we'll take one last big breath together, breathing in, palms come together. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. Bow your head. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being with me for another year. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I will be here again next week. If you're watching the video, then drop me a line if you have any questions.